It's January 24th, 2021. This is Andrew in Omaha, Nebraska. And my daughter wanted me to make her a little bag to put some of her books in. And so I wanted to show you this bag that we put together using that Crazy Horse oil tan leather that I showed in a previous video. I got some more of it. Worked out really well to put this bag together. It's really simple. It's only a few pieces, but it's just got one compartment inside and just a flap to throw over and a shoulder strap with a shoulder pad. But I did hand stitch the body of the bag together. I haven't hand stitched anything for a while, so I needed to get some practice in. I also used my Cobra Class 14 leather splitter to kind of help me skive the edges down just a little bit. I just put the edge of the leather in there, turn the hand wheel about 3/4 of a turn, and then back it back out, and then use a penknife to trim off the extra leather. And it worked really well in order to skive the edges and then roll them over and stitch them down. And I use a Cobra Class 20 flatbed sewing machine to stitch the shoulder strap together. I got some brass scissor snaps and D-rings from Weaver Leather Supply. And then I also used the Tiger polyester hand sewing thread to stitch it all up. So this is Maker's Leather Supply puts out has a pattern for a small bag similar to this, and I did use that in order to make the gussets for this, so that's where that design came from. So anyway, I got a few clips of me putting the bag together. Turned out really nice. This is Andrew in Omaha, Nebraska. Have a nice day. Okay, I have some of the pieces of the bag already cut out here, and I'm just going to round off the edges using this burnishing spool and a penknife to just round each edge off. And like I said earlier, I used my leather splitter to skive the smaller edges of the bag. I just turn the hand wheel about 3/4 of a turn and then reverse it back out, and then just cut the edges off with that penknife like you just saw there. And then I just roll the edges over and stitch them down. For this lap seam here on the bottom of the bag, I sewed the two pieces together that I'm going to fold over the one edge, punch some holes, and then go back through it and sew that edge down as well. It makes for a nice seam there, and you can see how I rolled the edges on the top of the gusset there and stitched those down as well. And I'm just going to kind of mock up the body of the bag up to the gusset. And I'm going to make the little pieces here to hold the D-rings to the sides of the gusset, as well as a reinforcement piece in the back, and I'm just going to hold that down with a rivet. There's a pricking iron I'm using to punch all my holes on the gusset. Then I'm going to go back through it with the polyester thread using a saddle stitch all the way around. Now here's the front of the bag. Again, I used the splitter to skive down the top, and then I rolled the edge over and stitched that down. And I'm using my arbor press to press my maker's mark into the top of the front panel of the bag. Again, continuing to stitch the front of the bag on. Once I finished all the sewing on the main body of the bag, you're going to see here in a minute, I'm going to go and turn the bag right side out. It's inside out now, and I'm going to turn it out here. It's a little tough. Anything made out of leather is a little stiff, but this bag turned out pretty well once I got it folded right side out. All the edges were nice and clean. And there, I got it all turned right side out. And you can see the main flap of the bag, the rolled edges, as well as the main compartment of the bag. It's just got a single compartment, no pockets or anything. It's just a simple little bag for my daughter to put some of her little books in. Getting started on the shoulder strap. This is the shoulder pad that the strap runs through. It's got two pieces. They're about 1.5 inches wide, and the holes are cut 1 inch wide for the strap to pass through. But I just used some sticky tape to stick the two pieces together, put a stitch line in, punch the holes, and then stitch it by hand all the way around. The straps, I took two pieces of oil tan, cut the strips out, and then glued them together. And I will use a sewing machine to stitch them together. Here I'm just punching a slot for the tongue of the roller buckle. And then I'm also going to use a strap end punch for the end of the strap. And there's the Cobra Class 20 flatbed sewing machine with a 1/38 thread. I needed to get this project done, and I really didn't have any more time to sit and hand sew this entire strap together. So I got this stitched together with a sewing machine. Just going to punch some holes here for the buckle, and then I'll put the pad on, and then make a keeper for it, and just using some rivets to hold the scissor snaps in. Here's where I'm making the keeper. It's 3/4 of an inch wide. Just take my measurements off the two straps overlapped, and then I just use my stitching awl or my scratch awl rather, to poke 8 holes, 4 on each side. And I just go back and sew it together, and I'll slide it over the end of the strap, and then rivet down the buckle and the scissor snap. Once the keeper is installed in the middle of that strap, it can't slide off, but it works perfect to be able to slide back and forth off the end of the main strap there. This is a fun little bag to make, just something for my daughter to play around with. So if you have any questions about it or where I got any of my supplies, just let me know. This is Andrew in Omaha, Nebraska. Have a nice day.